A judge's smile hit a rigged scale. He unjustly buried her client, so she dug up his pattern. When her evidence met his gavel, only one survived. Welcome to The Fallout Zone.
I'm Samira Khan, a public defender. I keep a suit jacket on the back of my chair and a knot in my stomach for the moment a judge says, denied. On Robert Sterling's docket, denied was a reflex, not a ruling. My client that day was a quiet kid with a paper route and a mother who worked the night shift. We had proof he couldn't have been at the scene. A motion to admit new evidence should have been routine. Sterling peered over his glasses and lectured me about personal responsibility, then stamped the motion into the trash. The jury never saw what would have cleared him. Guilty. The bailiff's hand landed on my client's shoulder. I felt it like a weight on my chest. I appealed. I filed complaints. I called everyone I could. Sterling? Untouchable, they warned. Great manners, holiday drives, smiles at galas. His reputation was polished marble. My clients were footprints the janitor mopped away. The night after the verdict, I sat in an empty office with a flickering ceiling light and a failing printer. I reread Sterling's denial and heard every other time he'd said denied with a sermon attached to it. How poverty sounded like character to him. How bail was a moral test. How due process was optional when a defendant wasn't the right kind. That was the first time I let myself say it out loud. It's not bad calls. It's a pattern. I stopped pleading and started counting. Law students from the clinic showed up like caffeine in sneakers. Armand with spreadsheets. Jay with case law sticky noted into a rainbow. Val with a scanner that chewed through old files. We filed records requests. Pulled transcripts. Scraped docket entries that time forgot. We weren't just reading. We were measuring. Who got bail and who got a lecture? Who got diversion and who got a prison term? Which motions were frivolous only when poor defendants needed them. The numbers grew teeth. 2 defendants, same charge, similar records. One affluent, one not. Sterling crucified one and blessed the other. Not once, not twice. Dozens of pairings. When counsel for the wealthy asked for continuances, it was prudent. When I asked, it was dilatory. The phrases changed, the outcomes didn't. We built a report no speech could outshine. Charts, timelines, side-by-side rulings, quotes with context, and a methodology that invited replication. But data alone is colder than a courtroom bench. We braided it with stories. The single mother Sterling scolded as if he were grounding a child. The veteran he called too familiar with violence, then denied treatment. We didn't hide names he had made public. We did protect survivors who never signed up to be props for his virtue. There's a moment before you pull a pin when the room is too quiet. Ours was the night we scheduled 2 deliveries, one to the Judicial Oversight Committee, with an executive summary, appendices, and footnotes that could survive a chainsaw, and one to a civil rights organization with a press desk built for impact. Same morning, same hour. No time for quiet deals behind closed doors. Sunrise, the emails left our outbox. By lunch, a reporter was calling my desk, and Sterling's was surrounded by microphones. The committee issued a terse statement. We have opened a formal investigation. The civil rights group held a press conference under a courthouse colonnade. This is not an aberration. It's arithmetic. Cameras panned from their podium to the building's bronze plaque. Sterling tried the smile that had carried him for decades. It fell off his face on live TV. Weeks bled into hearings. Sterling's attorney talked about judicial discretion. Our charts translated discretion into disparity. He said, context. We showed context. Then the consequences. The oversight body couldn't unsee it. Censure landed like a thunderclap. Loss of public confidence. He resigned 2 days later, leaving a statement about avoiding distraction. The gavel never sounded so small. Reviews began, cases reopened. When they called about my client, I gripped the phone like a lifeline. Vacated, the clerk said. Release scheduled. I went to the gate. He walked out thin, blinking against daylight, his mother's hands shaking around a bouquet of convenience store flowers. He didn't hug me first. He hugged the air, freedom, then me. He comes to the clinic now, speaks to first years about equity without theatrics. He runs outreach for Court Watch volunteers and tracks outcomes better than any of us. He's the one who reminds me to drink water on long days. He's the proof that justice isn't an idea, it's a person with a second chance. People ask if I'm satisfied. No, I'm focused. We didn't fix the system. We proved where it cracked and made one crack unavoidable. Sterling lost his bench. My client got his life back. And I learned that when a courtroom closes its eyes, you don't beg it to see. You turn on the lights and invite everyone in.
Thank you for watching The Fallout Zone. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.